Right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on once again. So would you please welcome into the red corner, Luke Shanks. And would you welcome his opponent into the blue corner, Leigh Mitchell. This is a bantamweight amateur mixed martial arts bout over three-minute rounds of action as sponsored by Campbell Nutrition. And in the red corner, he weighed in at 134.3 pounds. He represents the BST Academy, Luke Shanks. And his opponent in the blue corner. He weighed in at 135.2 pounds. He represents BKK Fighters, Leigh Mitchell. Your referee in charge of the action, Andrew Nichols.
Bantamweight showdown tonight here in Kent at the LFC. Out of the red corner, Luke Shanks from BST, taking on Leigh Mitchell from the BKK Fighters in the blue corner. And here we go.
Luke Shanks coming out there in the tight, slightly green with red trim there, and Leigh in the blue.
Both fighters with the valet two-door shorts, but it's the level change immediately from Mr. Mitchell, driving very hard. Those BKK guys with great wrestling skills all around. Look at the way he stuffs his hips, plants them down, trying to get over those elevator hooks.
Shanks doing a great job of using those butterfly hooks there to kick over his opponent, to stop him passing.
And using the insteps very well to gain extra traction there.
Kicking his hips back there beautifully. He's going to look to retain guard or perhaps stand up here.
Shanks, certainly a very powerful striker, and Mitchell, I think, aware of that given the game plan.
Takedown straight away. Could be a triangle attempt here from the bottom here, Chris.
Difficult to do against the cage, but a valiant attempt here at stuffing the right arm, grabs the leg, try and spin around, and Mitchell wants out of there.
Shanks known for being very skillful off his back, perhaps promoting Mitchell to stand up and try and take it to the feet.
The BST fighter certainly killer instinct on the feet and on the ground, but Mitchell fighting a very smart game plan thus far. Look for the level change when he finds Shanks in a little bit too deep here.
Mitchell known to be a very reactive fighter here, often play off the movements, oh some beautiful jabs there, play off the movements of his opponent and go in for the kill. Shanks opting for the takedown. Looking to class that outside trip, he loves that outside trip off the cage. Look for him to go down and turn around to his right.
And looking to possibly play a little bit of Uchi here is his opponent. Stuffed and pushed away though by Shanks. Mitchell did a great job of switching things up there, now going possibly for what could be another trip. You could see him there, again, work Uchi and then try to go for the outside trip, but Shanks having none of it.
Oh, tight guillotine here from Shanks. Wow, that looks very, very tight. Mitchell trying to work his way out of this position, throwing his opponent to the ground. He pushed on the hips there to try and alleviate some of the pressure.
And now, again, a mirror image of what we saw earlier with Mitchell on top and Shanks off his back, recovering with the butterflies. 10 seconds to go here in the round, and again, the same triangle setup we saw in the very early part of the round from Shanks. Has to recover guard. Mitchell, relentless on top. Both fighters expending a ton of energy there in that round, Dean. That was a great ton of action from the top position for Mitchell and off his back for Shanks. Shanks certainly showing, though, some of the stand-up skills with the boxing.
Luke Shanks using his great skills off his back like he's known. Like to see him work that overhook, Chris, to set up that triangle.
The action continues here in this bantamweight bout. And interesting to see this time Shanks throw his man down to the ground, but not in pursuit. Keeps it standing, into the clinch, defending well and pushes away.
Shanks a very powerful striker, known for his excessive power that often finds its mark. Using that jab out there, nice sprawl by Shanks.
And he's definitely tagged Mitchell a couple times. Mitchell pressing forward, trying to punch his way inside to grappling range, but finding it a little bit difficult, I think, in this round. Shanks certainly throwing more out there to make him worried about. Ooh, locking up that figure four. But will Mitchell commit?
Mitchell looking in for this single leg. Might have a bit of trouble with that arm getting wrenched up there. Oh, nice switch there by Shanks. Ends up transitioning to the back, but missing the hooks.
In a possible triangle or armbar position, depending on how he wants to play this, as long as he continues to work on that arm and maintain the control.
Pinned up against the cage, very difficult position. A lot of people can't train for this, Chris, because fighting up against the cage when your body is up against a fence, it's very difficult to maneuver there.
But keeping some good defensive pressure and trying to hide that arm is Mitchell. Shanks holding on for dear life here.
Shanks a very hard worker, known for his work in the gym, working hard at the submissions game here, looking for the Kimura there.
And this kid is so dangerous in the scrambles, Dean. That's the thing. Like we saw there, nearly took his back. Now, Mitchell returning the favor.
Absolute turn of events with Mitchell on the back. Both of these fighters known for their mad scrambles on the ground. And what they do is they scramble and they use it to an advantageous position, like we see here with Mitchell on the back.
Mitchell continuing here to try to sink that right hook in. I like the way he posts on the hip, maintains double underhook so he doesn't get shaken off. And he's got to continue to stay very tight here throughout this exchange. And now both hooks are in. Well done.
Mitchell utilizing some back control, trying to snake his left leg through there, just to alleviate some of the pressure. Oh, looking for the body triangle. Could be cinching up the choke here, looking to get this choke in. Often you'll find this body triangle sucks the life out of an opponent, but also they can turn around and end up in your guard, so he has to be careful of that.
But Mitchell continuing to use that to try and control his opponent and get the choke in. Shanks, though, doing the right thing by actually flipping him over to the side of the lock. And that's why Mitchell now relocked it on the other side.
Look for Shanks here to reach up to the head area and try and pull Mitchell off his back. With that body triangle, it can be difficult, but he seems to be right out the end of the round.
Third and final round between these two energetic and athletic bantamweights. And Dean, with so many positional exchanges, so many scrambles, so many attempts from both men to establish good levels of control, this fight really a picture-perfect example as to why this is one of the most exciting divisions in MMA.
Stands out to me is Mitchell's ability just to change that level and change the direction of the fight. As you see, he gets the takedown there with the ankle pick. He's really able to dictate where this fight takes place. Now, we've talked about the scrambles, you've talked about the positional awareness of these two fighters on the floor. It comes down to who can capitalize on the mistakes.
And what's most interesting is the fact that the closest to capitalizing at several points was Shanks. But then Mitchell went on his back at the end of that round, and that made it very interesting. So, can't quite tell how close this triangle attempt is. There we go. Now he's to the halfway position. That arm is through. He's looking to pull down the right shin and secure that figure four.
Shanks trying to cinch up that, using the hip beautifully there to pull down and try and gain that triangle. But Mitchell's aware of this. He's putting a lot of pressure downward, trying to stack up Shanks on the bottom there. It just makes it more difficult to get his legs round.
And more importantly, hiding that right arm, Dean. He's got it all the way around behind the back of Shanks. Shanks certainly will have to try to get that in front of the neck, or at least gain a better angle to get the finish.
Shanks looking at the diamond guard here, just holding down the top. Like you said, Chris, the arm has not passed completely yet. We know that the arm and your leg chokes a person in a triangle choke. Ah, he slips out. Mitchell there, just wide in the storm, stacking when he needed to, and pulls out when necessary.
Excellent work from both men. Some great offense and some great defense. Possible plum attempt there from Shanks, and he cracks him. Shanks charges forward.
Shanks doing some damages with these knees in the exchanges. Oh, big punches traded by both fighters. They'll really go for it. Both these fighters are known for getting after it. They're really looking for the win. Big punches here by Shanks. Missed the knee. Mitchell capitalizes with a shot and gets the single leg. Both fighters looking to do damage, but also Mitchell's consciously aware that he needs to score these takedowns. Guillotine attempt here. Shanks cranking. He's going like a clock there, Chris.
Going high elbow possibly here. Wow, there's a lot of torque there. And Shanks has that one on. That looks really deep.
Looks like he might be out here, Chris. Mitchell could be asleep. And it's all over. He's choked, unconscious. Luke Shanks. Wow. Mitchell is unconscious on the mat here. Medics rushing in.
What a finish for Luke Shanks. Team BST making it happen in spectacular fashion. What an emphatic finish. Incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always tonight, please, let's hear it for both warriors in the cage. But we do have your winner by way of guillotine in 2:52 of the third and final round. He's from the red corner, Luke Shanks.
Would you play that beat for me?